Hey guys, welcome to the lesson 2. Let's go and see a new topic. The lesson 2 is very important to understand, and we are going to see the parts of the planet and inside in the nucleus of the planet Earth, which are the parts and what about this topic. About this is the topic of today. Let's go. So we have the planet Earth and the different parts or Earth layers, right? We have the crust is outside, the mantle, the second. We have the core, but the core divide in two parts, the outer core and the inner core. So in the reading of the book, we are going to describe one of uh, each one, sorry, and the miles, the distance per each one. So it's very important to understand that the planet Earth inside has oxygen and different elements and it's not cool, it's super hot, right? So you have to see, look at the picture. We have like eruptions inside the planet. And inside look at Earth is the topic. And the question is, what will you really find if you try to dig a hole to China? You're going to spend years, right, doing uh, this difficult. In 1864, Jules Verne, right, published his now famous adventure, Story Journey to the Center of the Earth, a book. In the story, a professor and his nephew descend into a volcano and follow caves that lead them deep inside Earth. They see dinosaurs, giants, insects, and massive mushrooms. They even sail across the subterranean ocean. Eventually, the travelers return to the Earth's surface. The book said about this important trip. And exciting as Verne's story is, it's entirely fictional. It's not real, right? It's only a story. But human being could never survive a journey to Earth's center. The heat and pressure deep below Earth's surface are high, enough to turn stone to liquid. Oh my God. Stone to liquid is so hot that can make a rock in water in seconds. In fact, the farthest below ground human beings have ever gone is just a little more than 2 miles, Earth radius of 4,000 miles. So, if Earth were an apple, human beings have just barely start digging through the peel, right? Super, right, different the distance from the nucleus of the surface of the planet. For example, in here we have the distance in kilometers, no in miles, in kilometers. Remember, one 1 kilometer is like 2 point something miles. So here we have the distance in kilometers, the mantle, the crust, inner core 1278 kilometers, outer core 2200 kilometers, and the third is the mantle 2870, and the crust is the 40 kilometers to go to the crust. 40 kilometers, the distance, right? 40 kilometers is since my house until Cantaranas. This is the distance of only of the cross. 40 kilometers, right? Super big. A long distance to the cross, the first layer of the word. Can you imagine the um, the inner iron, right? Wow. Geologists divide Earth structure into three layers. The core, number one is the core, the mantle, and the crust. The crust is the outermost layer. It is also the tiniest. The most common element found in Earth's crust is oxygen. but this oxygen is not in form you can breathe. No, in this position, the oxygen, chicos, mixes with other elements and forms solid substances. These substances and other combine to form the rocks. Where are the rocks formed? In the crust. The oxygen formed with other elements, rocks, right? Next. Oh my God. Interesting, right? Look at the picture. Inside the planet, this is the way how can we see is a digital image about the layers of the planet, and you have to understand and see how is the planet inside. It's a previous digital view, and I'm going to follow the reading. Earth's crust, the crust, is not the same thickness everywhere. Under the ocean, it's only about 5 miles thick, but on land, it can reach 40 miles or more. The crust is broken up into giant pieces called plates, the plates, right? Which slowly move around the planet. The mantle, this is the next layer, is the biggest part of Earth's structure. It's about 1,800 miles thick and makes up, do you know what does mean thick, right? Thick is when something is the volume of something, right? So, and make up about 2/3 of air volume. This intense pressure found deep inside Earth creates incredible amounts of heat. Rocks that will be solids in the temperature range at Earth's surface. In conclusion, the mantle is very different with the crust. The crust has 40 kilometers or 40 miles, the thick or the distance, but the mantle, no. The mantle has 1,800. It's super different in the distance between these elements, right? To go to the crust and then to go to the mantle, and then the other is to go to the core. The core. The innermost part of Earth's structure is the core. It is made almost of iron. What does mean iron? Iron is the element, right? The iron. So it is very dense. The core is divided in two sections. This is a question for the exam. Which are the sections of iron? Of course, sorry, the inner and the outer, right? Or outer and molten core, right? Pay attention. The core is divided into sections, the inner core and the outer core. The inner core is solid iron, as the reading said, but is surrounded by molten. What does mean molten? Aha. You're going to define this word iron that make up the outer core, and the temperature at Earth center is more than 9,000 Fahrenheit. It's Jules Verne had known that he might have through twice about sending his characters there. In conclusion, these are the layers or Earth layers. The classwork. Let's go and answer the questions. Don't forget to write your name. Your name is important in here. Circle the letter of the best answer to each question below and write your answer on the line. Write your name on the line. Earth's crust is broken up into the to move around the planet. Mantles, layers, plates, or radius. Plates, right, is the letter C. Number 2, Earth's mantle. Super easy. Is made mostly of iron? No, I don't think so. Makes up nearly 2/3 of Earth volume? Is in the Earth's center? All of the above? The mantle is the biggest, so make up nearly 2/3 of Earth volume. I think is good. Is good answer. Yeah, that because it's 1,800, right? The miles, the distance of the mantle is the biggest. So number 3, where is the molten rock found inside Earth? The inner core, the outer core, the mantle, both. B and C. Super easy. The inner core, the outer core. Probably in one of these is the answer. Where is the molten rock found inside Earth? Super easy, right? We are going to discuss these questions in the meet. Write your answers on the lines below. Question 1. Explain why large pieces of Earth crust move around and bump into each other. Uy, explain why the large pieces of Earth crust move around. Why? Because inside we have the plates and the plates move. Remember, right? Number 5. What do you think oxygen is the most abundant element in the Earth crust? Remember, the oxygen mix with other elements and form rocks. It's important the oxygen not for breathe. No. Is when it's mixing with other elements create rocks. Where? In the crust, inside of the planet. And the third is to define the vocabulary peel, molten, thick, descend, and entirely. Define the words. No translate. Define. Cuidadito me las traduce. No. Define it in English. Each word. This is the class word of the lesson 2. See you the next meet. I love you. Bye.